I'm the one on my knees. There you have it. I just want to talk. So we're talking about guitars that we love, but guitars.
But we also hate.
Yeah, so it's guitars. The things on the guitars that we
love and we hate.
What is
guitars we love, things we hate about them.
No, the guitars we hate to love.
No.
In some ways, maybe that's it. This is maybe one of them.
Is it?
No, I love everything about this guitar. I love everything about this guitar.
Damn
it's
it!
A great guitar. No, I
mean, darn it.
Well, no, but it's so we all have guitars, and Jonathan and I are just old fuddy-duddies. Like as far as like what we like stupid Fenders and Gibsons and
them old things,
and Taylors and things that sound like good and pretty and like are not very progressive. We apologize for that. People get angry sometimes. Like, why don't you like Floyd Roses? Because they're too good. In some ways,
true.
They are there. They keep your guitar in tune.
I know. Who wants that?
Like locking tuners do as well.
Yeah, kind of.
Like sort of.
I have a whole thought process.
I think the nut's more important in some
yes.
ways there, but that's a whole other thing. So
Thank God.
Sometimes a little nut sauce is what matters.
Like some Big Ben's nut sauce.
God, I just wanted to say that. So
we are not endorsed in any way.
We're not.
Big Ben's.
But it's fun to say that. It's just it's a great thing to
Nor
say.
can you buy it from us.
No, not at all. So it has nothing to do with what we say. We say that
sauce goes right along with that first song we sang.
That's at Chipotle. It's on the menu. No, so there's lots of things on. Like, let's just take a Fender Stratocaster. Like, there's a lot of things wrong with that guitar.
There's a lot of things.
You know, like but oh man, I just love everything about it.
But they're wonderful.
And let's take a Gibson Les Paul. There's probably more things wrong about that guitar than any guitar in the history of guitars. Yeah, it's just like, well, is it with or without the volute? Like when people ask, I'm like, is it with or without the headstock brake? That's all I need to know. And like, I'll play one with the headstock brake. I don't care.
No, sometimes they're better. That's what we all like to tell ourselves.
That's cheap.
It's more stable now.
It's a thing. So
probably is.
But I want to kind of get into some particular guitars of like mine, maybe that there's things that are like really.
It's in my head now.
You know, like, I'm gonna grab one right now. Bear with me.
Take a break.
Coming back.
Go get a snack. Come back. Oh God.
This one right here.
Oh God. Oh,
I love this guitar. This guitar has a lot of issues. So let's just talk about aesthetically. It's kind of funny looking. I'm just kidding. It's gorgeous. We know it's gorgeous.
I mean, it is a little funny.
It's obviously got some neck splitting here. That's fine. The neck is pretty narrow. It has what I would call 0 frets on this guitar.
0 frets.
There are no frets on this guitar. And people are like, you need to get that refretted. And I'm like, no. I will not get this refretted because it's my guitar. And it's awesome.
And you're into it.
And I can still play it. I'm not going to play it right now because I'll probably mess up and like I'll fret off the guitar. Because I was just playing a guitar with frets. It's
elephant noises.
Yeah,
it's a great guitar though.
It's a great guitar. It's got its own issues, you know.
Can you feel that thing right there? Nah.
Which thing?
Nah.
No,
it's good.
I mean,
kinda.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely feel it if you like dig it. Yeah, you can feel it. Who cares though? It's and it's got many humbuckers. It's not always the best thing in the world, but I think it's a great Les Paul.
It's cool.
I love it. It's not going anywhere.
It's just cool.
Hold that thing for me for a second.
I'm gonna hold it.
I'm gonna grab another one.
It's a little heavy.
It's a little heavy.
This is the best, the GOAT right here.
Now, people have been asking about this guitar for. I'm gonna do like a whole video on this guitar at some point, but this thing's a beast. Now, does it sound good? Nah, I'd say probably on the side of no. But is it awesome? Yes, everything about this guitar is awesome. This is what's a bass guitar. I know. I don't want to be too.
Bass guitars are guitars.
But it's awesome. It's a beautiful color. I mean, look at that. Look at the shine of it. I mean, seriously, it's got pointy edges to it. I think it's just the coolest thing in the world. I love BC Riches for some weird reason because I love the band Poison. And this guitar brings me so much joy. It sounds like a steel plate hitting just like bang, 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 which is what bass is supposed to be for hair metal, right?
Sure.
You know,
I was going to say yes.
That's it there.
And if you had to fight with an instrument, that would be a decent choice.
I feel like this could hold its own.
It's heavy. It's pointy. A lot of edges to cause blunt force trauma.
And so what are some things on like? And let me grab one more guitar. Let's like just because we were talking about a Stratocaster. There you go.
Strats.
I'm gonna hold both of them. So it's fun to hold guitars. I'm double fisting guitars. I'm gonna let you hold this one.
Nope.
Now look at that thing. It's a Stratocaster. What is wrong with the Stratocaster? So many things probably. This one's headstock is reversed. It's a nightmare to tune because you're just like, it's confusing at first.
It does get confusing.
It makes it's like all ass backwards. But it really sounds good.
It sounds great.
This one has John Cruz pickups in it as well. Like sort of
They're pretty.
when they made those at Fender Custom
awesome
Shop.
neck.
Yeah, this is the biggest neck that Fender will make for a Stratocaster. It is a baseball bat.
It is actually a baseball bat.
Give me like give me a U shape, like a 52, 54, but make it bigger. Like, are you sure? I'm like,
Even bigger.
Hello, Fly Guy. He's back. The Fly Guy's returneth.
Oh my God, it's an infestation.
We keep of one. But no, like the trem system on a Stratocaster is not perfect for keeping a guitar in tune for dive bombs, obviously. The radius is not perfect for shredding.
Or is it?
Ooh, good point. It's yeah, so but
one of the things I find
it buzzes
that I love but also hate about this is Telly's and Strats on the we're talking if you got regular old Strat saddles or if you got the the little brass Telly saddles. There's nowhere for the string to actually be. So like your string spacing can get weird. And I used to be like, I would spend an hour like just sitting there looking at it. And I'm an idiot because I could have just measured it, I guess, if I was going to be that anal. But I'm not anal and intelligent. I'm only anal. So yeah, dude, I mean, like that's the thing that you
I'd hold my tongue for the whole conversation there. Continue.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, that's another thing, right? Like we love them. I don't want it to be better. I don't want it to be changed at all.
But I mean, but that's the thing is like we know we're idiots.
Well, yeah.
Like because like I mean even like a Gretsch Rancher, that thing sounds like trash. But it's so good sounding at the same time. Or that Gibson acoustic of mine, like it sounds great when you sing and strum with it. But like playing like solos and arpeggios, it's not. There's no overtones to it. It's very dead and flat. I'm gonna grab one more guitar.
But I mean that brings up an interesting point. Who decides and how do we decide what sounds awesome and what is good?
I just want to hold lots of guitars. See how many we can get our hands at.
Like I don't know that there's an objective answer to that.
I like that I get to hold a Gibson and a BC Rich at the same time.
It's pretty amazing.
This is like this. I could see CC DeVille and Bobby playing this thing and like just rocking out Poison, like because he had a great guitar collection. Yeah. So this is a Gibson ES3 355 1961, not a custom shop, a real deal 1961 guitar. It's a stereo piece.
It's fine. It's okay.
It's got original PAFs in there. Yeah. It's the whole deal. It hasn't been worked on. It's really awesome, but it's stereo.
And maybe you haven't considered what that means. That means you need to plug into 2 amps so that the neck pickup can go into one and the bridge pickup can go into the other.
And I know there's an option. I can run through an AB box. I do that sometimes, but I'm lazy. I don't want to have an AB box set up all the time.
Didn't we also decide it just doesn't quite, like it's cool, but
it doesn't quite do something.
It's not quite right.
If this was mono, it would be so much more better, betterer. But I still love it. I'm not going to sell it. I've had people offer to buy it pretty regularly. Yeah. It's just a sweet guitar, and it means something, and it has a little bit of like sort of sentimental value to like the history of the guitar shop and such. So it's but yeah, there's things like that trem on there is not a good trem.
What do you mean, Baxter?
I mean, I don't even know if I would call that a trem. It's like blah.
It's great. It works fine.
And there's a thing called the Veritone switch. It's like it's tone worse and worser. And more worserist.
I'm sort of into the Veritone switch.
It's fun.
I kind of dig it.
But a lot of people I
just disconnect them or whatever.
Disconnect them. I leave guitars stock. I don't do anything. I'm sort of a stock guy. I don't model.
Play it. Do it.
There's a fly on the pink Strat. There's a fly. Don't move it. No, I wanted to see him if he made a home there.
He's trying to mate with it.
It's
weird.
This is fun. Can I get any more guitars in our laps? I doubt it.
I mean, we could. Probably drop them all.
Yeah, let's not do that. These are expensive.
You'd see this headstock break live on YouTube. Not live, but on YouTube in real time.
You'd see tears of joy from Jonathan.
Tears in heaven.
Sadness from me. Yeah. That's what else is there stuff on the guitars that we like, the radius has been always a sort of a weird thing because I like more of a curved radius.
Well, and I feel like you like it because that's what you are used to.
Maybe, because I could switch over the Echo Parks, and I love the 12-inch radius on that pretty quickly. Like on a Strat, though, it just feels funny.
I tend to find if they're built well, and set up well, the radius from 7 1/4 all the way to 10 doesn't really bother me, but all the way to 12 probably. But, gosh, what else? I mean, we could talk about, like, a lot of them are bridges for me. Some of the Gretsch bridges I just hate.
Once you say Gretsch bridge, it's like there's a whole, like, cluster of disasters.
But same thing, I had a couple Jaguars that I wanted to love, But then I hated the bridge so bad. It was just like love-hate relationship.
When I changed the bridge on my Jazzmaster, I did mod that out just to have it more.
We're being attacked.
More or less.
What'd you put on there? Did you put a mastery?
I think so. Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, it's back there.
Oh yeah.
It's really nice.
See, okay, that's cool.
It works well. It's back there living.
So there you go.
I want to hear what you guys hate about the guitars you love.
Tell us about the guitars you love. What are the little things that you... And here's the dilemma. Maybe if we change these little things we hate, we wouldn't love them so much anymore.
No, because there's been talks about you could fix the problems with the Les Paul neck easily. We have CNC and design to do that. But would it change something?
Maybe it would.
I mean, I think they probably tried it. 2016 was sure a year of trying things with Gibson necks. That didn't work out so well. So I think they're going to stick how it is. Yeah, that's what I think. I just like all these things. They all bring certain parts of joy to me.
Just like Back to the Future.
Good Lord.
When you go back and you start screwing with things.
Like your mother.
No, like your mother. Nothing good can come of it.
There's that great skit where he does go back and he ends up hooking up with his mom, and the doctor's like, what? No, what have you done? He goes back again, to stop himself from doing it. Then he has a threesome with himself and his mother. It's great. I think it's like college humor or something. It's a really good.
It is. I think that's right.
It's an enjoyable video of watching Marty get busy with his mom and himself.
I mean,
oh, history.
a little strange.
And time travel. Tell us what you think about time travel as well.
History, like Baxters. It's really well documented. It's crazy.
Marty McFly kind of played something like this in the finale, didn't he?
Yep.
And his
Before
mother.
it was invented.
Yeah, it's just really weird, right?
Whatever.
When did that movie take place?
Chuck.
Do you know what I did?
That sound
Here's
really
a fun thing to do too. And this is my only little movie thing. So we're done with the videos. So don't get all cranky. If you're like, I'm sick of movies. No, I'm just saying.
You can be cranky.
You can don't be cranky. It's a hat.
Say it's our favorite guitar channel. But that's the thing we hate about it.
Side note: 1984. I sort of argue that's one of the best years of movies.
1984, huh?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say which movies came out. Just go do a little Google research. Red Dawn came out that year for one. So that's all we have to say.
I was trying to explain that to my kids the other day. They're not quite there to watch it.
They're not quite yet. I almost watched Midway with them.
One day.
With my kid. I was watching the new Aladdin with them yesterday.
We watched that.
It seemed fun.
In the last week, yeah.
And then we're watching the Avengers series right now with all and they enjoy that thoroughly.
We're watching The Bad Batch.
Oh, we finished that.
Yeah,
that's great. If you have kids,
it's good. The Bad Batch.
Jonathan and Baxter's kids viewing choices. I'm getting ready to watch Midway with them as well, which might be a little bit scary, but I feel like it's a good intro to World War II.
Yeah.
With it's because it's kind of a cartoon, because it's not really. It's not. I'm not. I did watch Saving Private Ryan, the intro with my 8-year-old, and it got to the point where
scarred for life.
No, I stopped it right before the doors opened. He's like, 30 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds. Clear the ramps. And he hears the noises, and I was like, and stop, because he was cowering and he was getting ready to run out in tears. And I knew I had to stop. It was a bad father moment, but
why wouldn't you want parenting advice from us?
The movie's so good. I just can't wait to watch it with him. My son's so sensitive.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh. I mean, because my 5-year-old's like, just show us, Dad. I can handle it. I'm like, I know you can. He's tough and scary. He'll be a killer one day.
Probably.
A monster killer, killer of guitar or whatever he does. I'm done. Leave us.
There you go. Done. There you go. Guitars everywhere. Things we love, things we hate. Hit like and subscribe if you have not already. Click that bell so you don't miss things in the future. We'll see you next time.
Can you say marriage? Is that one of those things you can say?